Well, right on time.
I take it you're all recuperating very well about what I said about part 1, eh? Well, buckle down, boys and girls, because here comes part 2.
Hello?
We start off from where we left off the last episode, with Twilight imprisoned by the evil Cadence in unknown caves.
Most ponies have forgotten that these caves even exist, which is why they are the ideal place to keep the ones who try to interfere with my plans.
What plans?
The plans I have for your brother, of course.
Don't you dare do anything to my brother, you monster!
Ah, dang it! You discovered the true Cadence I've imprisoned. Oh well, sure my stupidity won't come back to bite me later on. Because I'm evil!
Sunshine, sunshine, ladybugs awake. Clap your hooves and do a little shake.
So Twilight finds the real Cadence, who is imprisoned for God knows how long, but who cares, and try to find a way out. All the while, the evil Cadence praises her dream about to become a reality. In song.
I could care less about the dress. I won't partake in any cake. Vows, well, I'll be lying when I say that through any kind of weather, I want us to be together. The truth is, I don't care for him at all.
Now, compared to all the other songs that are featured in these episodes, and heck, maybe the show in general, this one at least feels like its own identity, like it has its own story, and it's a real chilling villain song to boot. And why do I think this exactly? Just like the colour of its jib. Just the way it sounds. The way it's reaching out to all the, unsung heroes. In which case, the villains. This day is going to be perfect.
Oh, the wedding we won't make, he'll end up marrying a fake, shining armor will be mine, all mine.
Anyway, the wedding is underway, just as Twilight and Cadence find a way out of the caves. But...
You're not going anywhere.
Jesus! That is a really scary place to put a commercial break! If it were any scarier, we would have been into PT territory! I mean, not that I mind. And since they are bridesmaids, guess what happens? Who cares if there are actual ponies being controlled by the evil Cadence, and now they're trapped in the caves forever. I want to get married! So now, the epic confrontation is at hand. Everything that these episodes were building up to comes full circle at last. So, I'm going to explain these set of events as accurately, as maturely, and in the best intentions that I can. You see,
I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
well, how glorious. How did you manage to escape from your prison?
I unlocked the door from my side.
Well, you're still too late. My plan is already coming to fruition, and there's nothing you can do about it. But please, for all time's sake, would you care to explain to the audience at home why there is two of us?
Because you're a changeling, a being that can take the form of anyone and use it to manipulate them for their gain and feed the love of others. In this case, the love that I have for my subscribers.
Yes, just like your love for that computer in there, which I delightfully disguised as during that one time you were having trouble reviewing an episode. The fun I had to do that, and the fun after that too. Your YouTube channel has more love than anything I've ever seen, not just on the internet, but the entire world. So, I'm going to enjoy feasting on that love with all your friends.
But my channel only has like 40 subscribers. How could you possibly rule the world with only that kind of number?
Well, why did you think I was panning these episodes to begin with? So that number would increase. And with that increase in numbers, so comes the increase of love. And with that increase in love, the more delicious food I'll get for my banquet. But you're just the starting point. Once I'm finished with you, I'll go to other channels on YouTube that will have the brony community tightly against with. So that way, I can just go on to the next person to repeat that cycle. And then the one after that. And the one after that. Again and again and again, until I am so full of love. There'll be none for anyone else.
No! You have made it impossible for me to speak my true feelings on a Canterlot wedding. But at the same time, you have foolishly revealed your true form. And now, I can protect my friends from your evil. Ah! 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 Ah!
Yes. The love from your subscribers has given me more power than I could have possibly imagined. Even more so I could take care of you. But I think we can keep that power going, can't we? Let's keep it rising, my friends. What you just saw between me and that weakling over there is pretty much what happened in the actual episode. What else do I need to say? Moving on. Also, good job, Princess Celestia. Good job of knowing exactly when to attack the Changeling Queen so that way you can make your counterattack. I mean, you could have sensed her any time before she entered the barrier, or even after. You have the powers of a god here, for goodness sakes, and yet you only figured this out now? This is the rule of Equestria, everyone. 4 more years. So I guess because of this chaos, the main 6 go off to retrieve the elements of harmony in order to put a stop to the evil Changeling's plans. This scene is entirely pointless. Not only do we see this fighting yourself scenario that we've seen in God knows how many other TV shows and movies, not only for it being an excuse for our heroes to fight like the Powerpuff Girls for a few minutes, but also to get captured and brought right back to the palace again.
You took 3 minutes of my life, and I want you back!
Go to him while you still have the chance.
So, Celestia can defeat this evil. The elements of harmony aren't going to show their faces in this situation. So, how's the day going to be saved now, then?
My love will give you strength.
Hey, you sugar sprinkles! I guess me being incompetent did come back to bite me in the butt after all! Not that it would have worked for me. You know, the real changeling. Even though I'm the last of my kind. Just a simple grunt. Wanting to exact revenge on his enemies in the honor of our honorable queen, who's dead. That scenario wouldn't happen to me. Because I concocted this plan. This glorious plan. I'm gonna eat so much love. You buying this, Sweetie Tooth? That's my plan. So the love ponies make some magic so that way all the changelings are exiled and blasted away by an overused Pokemon joke.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. You have a...
Oh, what do you know? It appears that the fast-forward warning from the last episode stopped. I wonder what that could mean exactly. Well, after doing some deduction on my part and putting all the clues together, it would seem to me that the whole thing with the changelings in this episode was pointless. What's that? You don't know what I mean when I say that? Well, look at it from this perspective. This episode could have been fine without the whole changeling plot thrown in there. This whole thing was just an excuse for the writers to up the tension for the season finale, especially since right after all the changes are gone, the plot goes on as if nothing happened. If I had it my way, which I know I certainly would, this 2-part episode should have been just a 1-part episode. That version could have had Twilight worrying that her brother wouldn't have the time for her anymore, and deal with both their characters and maybe a little more on their backstory. Then, when she finds out that Cadence is the bride, Twilight shares a scene with her for a minute, and that way she approves of their marriage. Then you can add these scenes in right here. Yep, makes you think, doesn't it? It's sort of like the movie Ponyo. If you took out the whole end of the world subplot, then all you would have is the relationship between 2 kids and their bond together. That would work more effectively, so why didn't they do the same for Shining Armor and Cadence? Really, the whole changeling thing was a distraction for any real character for their own to shine. It's a real shame to say the least. Well, at least on their own. Either way, I think we can all agree that them as a couple, the best word to describe their relationship is this.
It's very bland. It's bland. It's very bland.
It's bland! Bland!
And that is my 2 cents on the matter. And the episodes. What a load of tripe.
Stop it! You're not talking about the good and the bad. You're just focusing on the bad. That's not...
What I think? Please! Who do you think you're joking, trying to convince me and yourself and everyone else that this episode is perfect? I mean, it's not typical or generic, is it? Well, what do you think happens after the whole changeling thing, huh? They get married. Big whoop. Ended up with a little pop song with dubstep or pop or whatever bullcrap would be popular around that time, and you have yourselves the perfect happy ending! If this is a real threat that the ponies are exclaiming here, then I hate to see whatever is more threatening than that comes their way. That's just pathetic.
Stop!
A Canterlot wedding doesn't deserve the praise that it gets. It's repetitive, it's annoying, it's predictable.
Stop it!
And all around really obnoxious. Say like... Winter wrap-up?
Stop it! You're not me!
You're right. You're not me. And I'm not you. However, we're a lot more common than you think. We share the same feelings, you and I. Views on life. Certain episodes of Friendship is Magic, particularly this one. Everything I've said. You feel the same way, don't you? You know, it's a shame that things have to end the way they do now. In a different scenario, at a different time, at different circumstances, you and I could have become friends.
Never! You're a monster! Evil!
You're sounding just like this perfect episode, aren't you? Well, I think it's time that I shut that mouth of yours. Our time together is almost over, Sweet Tooth. I have clearly left my mark on your channel. Now, I shall move on to my next target. And I will do the same thing to that person as I did to you.
Just like that.
Dang it! What should I do? What should I do?
Nothing. There's nothing to be done. Oh, I'm not a villain. I have no evil plan. I'm a businessman acquiring assets. You happen to be one of them. Sorry, no chance for you to be a hero this time, Mr. Sweet Tooth.
We're a lot more common than you think. We share the same feelings, you and I. You feel the same way, don't you?
I'm sorry that this whole incident had to come to this, Sweet Tooth.
You don't have to leave all this behind, Sugar Spice.
But we understand that you need to think all this over, darling. Be sure to come back to our world soon, silly. We'll have a party to celebrate.
Yeah, we still have more amazing adventures with your name on it, buddy.
You will always be in our hearts, Mr. Sweet Tooth, no matter where you are. Should you ever have faith in our community again, we will be here.
It's okay, my little ponies. My song is over.
Yes. This song is over, but the story never ends.
You know, being trapped in that hell for over 4 months would have made a person appreciate being free, right? Well, I don't feel that way. I am on my own to do what I want in the world, and yet I'm still bound by cages unseen. But if I keep on walking, I will be free. Until I reach the end of the world, I take comfort in that last lesson from my faithful teacher, Twilight Sparkle and all her friends.